reflect on absolutely everything, don't you? I mean, absolutely everything. And that's what I actually do all the time. It's part of meditation process, listening and everything like that. But do you know something? I was out now. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day. And I thought, oh, I can go out in my summer clothes. No, not the thing. Okay, so the wind is blowing in gusts today and my hair's all over the place. I'm unkempt as always. But this raised a question in my head. In the Bible, it says that the angels hold back the four corners of the wind and there is silence. Well, come on, I analyse everything. I analyse all religions, I analyse the Bible and goodness knows what else. I am politically and religiously neutral, and I think that's really important for the work that I actually do. I have to be neutral in all aspects of things. But it was just as I was walking down the street and thinking, it's a gorgeous, beautiful day, the wind's blowing like crazy. That means that the angels aren't holding back the four corners of the wind that's mentioned in the Bible. Which I reckon? Well, it's about the crazy journey that we live in, isn't it? And that's one of the things I actually do behind the profile. I analyse and analyse and analyse. And some people say, will you just stop? Well, the answer's no, because that's how I find out things in order to help people. Now, I'm one of those people that likes to go into places and actually look for the things that are broken. Because sometimes it's just one thing that's broken. And this is one of the things that I did with my previous client. That he said he had a problem. He couldn't tell me what the problem was. I had to figure out what the problem. I said, keep showing me more information. I need more information. I need more information. We can't do this if you don't show me the. Do you know, it's like the movie Hidden Figures, where the black lady was the skilled, knowledge one to get the launch and everything to the moon and all that sorted. Just an amazing movie. But everything was redacted all of the time. So she had to find ways to find answers to the solutions without all of the information. And eventually they just let her have to have the whole lot because they couldn't do anything until she made the final calculation. And that's what it feels like in life sometimes. But what I was doing, I'm not doing it now, but when I was going into to this organisation, my path, oh sorry, I got an itchy eye. It is live, I can't change it, it's live. Okay, if it's live, it's truth. If it's edited, itchy eyes, the window's got my eyes. If it's edited, it's not truth, is it? Okay, and that's one of the things I learned with my journey, that I had to physically record absolutely everything in order to help my client out, because somebody in the organisation, okay, had done something really bad and was screwing the organisation over. Now, it's not necessarily the CEO's fault, but obviously things came to light and he needed help, and it was my video documenting every single day, even the crazy footage that I put out into social media was all part of the decoy to capture who was causing the problems in my client's organisation. Now that actually took me down the mental health route, because somebody hacked into my email, sent one of my videos to the mental health hospital, and the mental health hospital believed that I was mentally unstable and tried to lock me up and put me on medication. Now that's the route that also they broke the law in the process that they actually did that, and it was a crazy journey. Now that's an issue that I need to sort out ultimately, but now a year on, I've not been under their care because I got discharged, and I won the tribunal to get out of the hospital. Their mental health hospital are suddenly getting in touch with me again. Now, the organisation that I was investigating, they physically contacted the mental health hospital and said that my exposing them in social media, my talking about them in social media and what I was doing, was costing them money and clients. What did the hospital do? Supported the rich company. That's illegal. You see, I'm a whistleblower against the organisation that were using illegal hypnosis on the clients. That means that the clients were being controlled by mind manipulation, subliminal messages, to believe in the supernatural religious cult of what is behind their profile. Well, does that mean then that the supernatural is real, or it is something that's actually programmed into the mind? So if we watch movies like 50 Shades of Grey and all those sorts of things, now I believe in the elements of the universe and everything like that, but if we watch programs that make you believe in the supernatural, then our minds are going to interpret the supernatural, especially if subliminal messages and full-blown hypnosis are used, which is what that company was using. All right, so then it raises the question, well, if people don't believe in God of the universe because they can't see him, is it real, this supernatural twin flame relationships that's going on in the head? Now, I believe that our energy sources, obviously I know John Assaraf and the law of attraction and manifestation is all those types of things, that's his path and his route in order to go. And I've been in John Assaraf's training programs. I've also been in Grant Cardone's training programs. And obviously with Grant, he's big into investing in big money, property, etc., and that's how he's made his riches. So there's this path of all of the different celebrities and the trainings that I've been into. But ultimately, if people are using hypnosis and subliminal messages to open your mind into the supernatural, if we think about all of the celebrity songs, if we're listening to those types of songs, then our mind is going to believe it. What happens then when we go to sleep, or if we go into that switch off relaxation zone time period just before we go to sleep? Our mind is going to believe what we are inputting into it. So if we're listening to that type of music, if we're watching that type of movies, then our mind is going to start to believe it. Then is spiritism real? Can we really go into the spirit world? Well, there's no evidence of that whatsoever, is there? People say, oh, they've seen ghosts and bits and pieces and they caught things on camera. Okay, that could be some sort of evidence, but there is so much things out there at the moment that people are trying to trick other people to make them believe something to go into their business training programs. So if somebody's got a ghostly ghoulie company, then they're going to somehow do fake ghosty ghoulies, aren't they? So what is real anymore and what isn't real? Now, the law of energy, like the wind, we can't see the wind, but we can see the effects of it, can't we? So ourselves, we are an energy bubble, and when we're walking towards somebody, if somebody's positive and happy and all sorts of things, we tend to take the vibes of their energy and we become happy. Okay, are we jumping into their heads of the supernatural? Not necessarily. If that person is negative and sad and angry inside, well, our energy moves away from those ones, doesn't it? So it doesn't want to be anywhere near, because of whatever purposes, and that is the law of attraction. Okay, that is our energy source that connects us. So when people go out on a date or something like that, is that law of energy of attraction that is there with them. But with what I did with my client, okay, it took me years to convince them that I was not in his head. I was not doing anything supernatural in his head. It was just in his head. So whatever his belief system had been, whatever had been putting into his mind, his belief system was that we were having romance inside his head for whatever fantasies and desires he actually had. And that was part of the behind the profile of his business training programs, to open people's minds using subliminal messages and full-blown hypnosis to make people believe in the supernatural. Spiritism, basically, a spirit medium, to take people into the supernatural. But if they're using subliminal messages and full-blown hypnosis, is it real? And that's the question I raise. You see, I was pulled into it at first. For 3 years, I was hypnotised by this organisation until the CEO showed me, after he'd asked me for help with certain things, that they were using hypnosis on their clients. The clients don't know. Now, that is a major litigation bomb just waiting to happen, isn't it? If the clients do not know that some form of hypnosis is working on them to control their minds, to take them into the supernatural, is it real? Or is it just trickery to make money? And that's the question that I do actually raise. It took me years to convince this CEO I am not in his head. I'm not doing the delusions of whatever is going on in his head. Hopefully he's now believing. But what about everybody else? If you've been caught in this trap of the superheroes inside the body, which is absolutely massive at the moment, okay, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, especially in the Western world, then is it real? Or have you been sucked in by your digital device because of what is being pumped out into social media? Now, I do have to pick up on YouTube on this one. One of my songs, when I went to go on for the X Factor, had subliminal messages implanted in it during the uploading processing. What was the message? I hate you. Over and over. So I did this beautiful love song, okay? You can tell Simon Cowell this one. I did this beautiful love song, okay? It was a karaoke revamp, so it's the karaoke music. I just completely revamped the songs as it goes. I can make songs within 5 minutes, just revamping old songs, listening to the music and changing it around, okay? I've made over hundreds of songs in the process. But this one particular song, I thought, what's that noise? And I started to analyse it myself, and I thought, no, whacked it through artificial intelligence, did all the analysing of the breakdown of the audio, and in that it said there is 3 words: I hate you. So who on YouTube, who is owned by Google, uploaded into my video footage, I hate you? And if they've done it to me, how many other people are doing it? And if people are believing in this supernatural world, what if it is what is on our phones that's being put into our processing, especially with ones who are trying to encourage people into that supernatural world of 50 Shades of Grey, basically? Then is it real, or is it just subliminal messages coming through our digital devices? Now that's the questions I raise. For me, there is the element of understanding. I'm an empath. I understand energy. I feel energy. Everything around us is in energy, okay? And being in line with your inner self, okay, then we can understand energy around us. But to be able to pop into the darkness for 50 Shades of Grey, is it truth, or is it just controlled by what we put into our minds? And that's the question that I am raising. It is causing major global mental health issues, especially in the Western world, including in children, and it needs to stop.